I think there is a very, very strong injustice in the world. Well, we know there is a lot of inequality, but there is an injustice towards indigenous community because they have always preserved, if you want, biodiversity. I think they represent 5% of the world population, but they preserve 80% of the biodiversity of the world. And they have always been or killed or displaced, first during the time of colonialism, but now it continues because you have all those multinational, whether it's mining or oil or anything that wants to take the wealth of the soil, and so they are always the first victim, and they are there preserving the biodiversity for everybody, for us, for the future of our children. So this is a terrible injustice, and I think their voices have to be heard. We have to learn a lot from the way they live and in harmony with nature. So this is one of the cause that is dearest, I would say, to me. I think we have used all the means, I would say. There have been so many marches, there have been so many protests, there have been so many conferences and people saying we have to act, and frankly, action is not really coming. Yes, you have all sorts of ideas and projects, but the big radical change is not happening. So I think civil disobedience is a weapon that you can use. I say again, non-violent. It has worked in the past, in India with Gandhi, in South Africa against apartheid, for women's right to vote in England. Yes, all through history you have that, but you have to unite a big percentage of the population. The problem of colonialism is very true. Many of the root cause of what is happening today is back to colonialism and to the way of extracting all that wealth. The fact that we in Europe, we build all our prosperity with things that belong to countries that were developing. Obviously, it's a total injustice and a very, very painful time. I think personally we have to acknowledge that, and unfortunately countries have not done that yet, European countries. A little bit, but not as much as we should. And to move ahead, to turn the page, we have to acknowledge that and have that conversation, absolutely. The fact that Belgium was involved, obviously, it's a very, very dark page of Africa. I think now we can build bridge, we can have conversation, but we cannot forget the past. We have to say, yes, this was a crime, but now let's try to make bridges.